Okay, it is time to get your phone out and open up your camera because we have a QR code coming your way. Today on Design Time with Tri-City Furniture, you can scan the code right on your screen as you watch to get linked directly to more information about today's topic. Check it out. Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time now for Design Time. We are here with Kathy Kilborn in Auburn at Tri-City Furniture. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You know, during this pandemic time, so many people are staying home now and they want to redecorate. I hear that a lot. I want to change up a room, make it, spruce it up, look a little different. So talk to us a little bit about the current design trends.
Well, things are changing slightly, just like pandemic issues.
Yes.
A lot of the markets were not attended well, and a couple of them were even canceled. Manufacturers did add in some of the new trends and stuff, but we saw less going on in the year 2020 just because of the pandemic. So if you wanted to make some quick changes, you know, we're in our house and we want a little fresher look, there are probably a couple things you could do. But I don't recommend just buy a chair unless really that's all you wanted. But maybe put a plan together so that if you do something, we know that as you do it, you will get to the end and have the room that you really want.
So there's some affordable options that are trendy that will stay around for a little while and last?
Yes, you know, the trends have changed to the point of, for instance, colors have gotten lighter, especially in the paints. When we've looked at paints in the past, we might have been in the middle colors where a little bit heavier weight, but we are seeing the trend to go a little bit lighter and brighter. And I think that just has to do with things going on in the world, and it's a little more cheery to have brightness. But we're seeing that in fabrics as well.
So what's one thing that we can do to change up our room, spruce it up a bit?
Well, the quickest thing would be paint a wall, and at least expensive. But the other things would be, and keep in mind, the biggest piece is going to have the most impact. So if you had a sofa that's in burgundy from the 90s, it's going to be hard to get rid of that look because it's a big piece and it's in that color. But if you had something neutral, changing up the pillows would be something easy. Maybe an area rug, maybe a piece of wall art. So sometimes even just adding a new chair and the pillows will give you enough impact that will give you a fresh look, even though your sofa stayed the same.
So is there a certain piece you would say, start here? Start with this piece.
Largest usually to the smallest is the way we go. But you may say, well, my sofa's fine and I don't sit on it, I just need a chair. What I have seen in the trends is some of the things that are changing from a house that exists for 30, 40, 50 years to new houses. And so those kind of things, if you can make the impact change, would be good. For instance, if I go into a home and they still have a china cabinet in the dining room, that today is really considered an old look, and especially if it's got curves and glass and maple brown, I would suggest to take the top off, use just the buffet, and possibly even paint it, because those are the kinds of pieces that we're seeing being used as accents in storage compared to the grandmother who had the china cabinet. We don't collect china now when there's marriage and stuff like that, so we don't really need that display, and we're not into cleaning it all. We just want to put it away. And so that would be one of those pieces which would be good to change it and actually give your dining room a fresh look.
Do you see trends actually changing in home furnishings now?
Yes, trends are constantly changing. They come with the clothing industry. They always come out of Europe. And so when you see, and I've seen some just lately, some of the new stuff, and they're kind of strange. But the thing happens is that they come from Paris and London. They move to the United States and they hit the coast first. So New York and San Francisco, they're going to hit there. very quickly, because those are where the focus of designers are, and they grab a hold of them in the stores as well. And then they start moving to the center of the U.S. And by the time it gets to us, it has really, really slowed down. Plus, we're a little bit more mainstream in that we don't do a lot of these weird extremes. You're going to find that more in the cities, and typically younger, because they want to buy inexpensive and change it up all the time. And so that's where you'll see those trends. So when we had, I call it mauve, but it was just a soft pink color, I look at it and it comes in and it's going to be gone by the next market, because there's not enough people who will grab onto some of those variables and stick with it long term. It's those kind of fun things. So if you want to do that, do it in just a few accents and don't make a big statement. Maybe paint an accent wall, because you can unpaint it quickly.
So if someone needs a mood booster, what's one quick tip that you would say to for trendy and affordable?
Well, typically, brightness of the room would be one of the keys.
Okay.
And keep in mind your accessories and your lamps. Those are the jewelry of the room. So if I had a basic dress and I wanted to make a change in the look, it's the accessories that can do that. So painting a wall, changing up your lamps and not making them maybe neutral, add the color, throw pillows. So inexpensive, quick things that could be done and will give an impact, especially if majority of your furniture is neutral. If you add color with blue or red, it will make an impact when people see it. Even when you see it, you will focus in on the color more than the neutral.
I'm going to get started with these tips. That sounds great. Thank you, Kathy,
You're
for
welcome.
inviting us in today. And thank you for watching this edition of Design Time.